Hello friends, I am CS Jaspreet. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I make informative videos for CA, CS and CMA students as well as members. Today is a announcement for our CS EET students. The announcement is given by ICSI today regarding that CSEET exams are to be conducted on 21st November 2020 through remote proctored mode. So yes, now this is also gonna happen through online mode. After ICMAI coming up with this option, ICSI has also offered the same option for our CSEET students. The exam will be on 21st November 2020 through remote proctored mode. To know what has come up in this notification, please watch the video till end. If you have not subscribed to my channel and still viewing it, please subscribe it and hit the bell icon for all the updates. The video is on CSEET on 21st November 2020 through remote proctored mode. And what is the reason behind this remote mode? I don't think I need to tell you, but still, it's COVID-19. And I would like to tell you that the institute has come up with a previous announcement. There were two announcements in the morning. The first announcement was regarding the checking the preliminary status of CSEET students who are going to sit for examination on 21st November 2020. If you have not seen that video yet, I will put the link of that video in the description box below. Don't forget to watch that video. First watch that video, then watch this video, then it will be easy for you to understand it better. Talking about the remote mode, the Council of the Institute has decided to conduct the next CSEET through remote mode due to COVID-19. The reason is very clear: because of social distancing problems, because of this communicable disease COVID-19, the Institute has come up with this mode, remote mode, for our CSEET students. CSEET shall be conducted through remote proctored mode instead of conducting the same from test centers. Now, the institute will be taking up the exams through remote proctored mode. I'll tell you in detail how it is going to happen, what is the modus operandi for this mode. Please watch the video till end, then only you can understand it better. And candidates are allowed to appear through laptop or desktop from home or such other convenient place. Candidates shall not be allowed to appear through smartphone or mobile or tablet. The devices which are allowed are laptop or desktop from home, but smartphones or mobiles or tablets, they are not allowed. You cannot give exams through smartphone or mobile or tablet. You can only give it through laptop or desktop. In the view of remote proctored mode, the Viva was portion stands removed for the CSEET to be held on 21st November 2020. So for earlier, CSEET had this Viva was portion in its exam. Now that stands removed just for the 21st November 2020 exam. And the admit card to the eligible candidates, that will be issued 10 days prior to the test. For that, you have to actually go through all the modus operandi which is attached with the annexure of this announcement, and that is very, very important to know what are the things you actually require to sit in this exam. The windows, the microphones, the internet, the browser you need, everything is detailed in the annexure. Please watch the video till end to know what institute wants from you if you want to sit in this examination. The breakup of marks in MCQ pattern is also given in the notification itself. The breakup of marks with the duration of 120 minutes is given. Starting with the first subject, business communication, there will be 35 questions for 50 marks. Legal aptitude and logical reasoning, again 35 questions for 50 marks. Economic and business environment, 35 questions for 50 marks. And for fourth subject, current affairs would have 15 questions, and presentation and communication skills will be of 20 questions, totaling it 35 questions again for 50 marks. So there will be 140 questions for 200 marks with the duration of 120 minutes. Now the announcement is having an annexure attached to it containing the modus operandi of conducting of CSEET through remote proctored mode. There is a total, list of modus operandi. What do you want? What all things you need? Uh, what you have to do? What you don't have to do? It's quite complicated kind of a test, but you have to actually follow all the things that the institute has given. So let's start with it. Starting up with the technical requirements at the end of candidates appearing in CSEET through remote mode. So please listen to it carefully. If you are a candidate of CSEET, you are going to sit in November 2020. What you have to do according to the technical requirements, candidate has to ensure the following technical requirements are available at his desktop, laptop. Everywhere it's written mobile or tablet is not allowed for appearing for the test. It's clearly been said desktop or laptop, but no mobiles, no tablets, sorry. No mobiles, no tablets, just desktop or laptop. What all things you required? The operating system, which should only be Windows, that too Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1 or 10. Any of these four would serve your purpose, but the operating system should be only Windows. Processor should be minimum 2 cores, RAM 2 GB or above, screen resolution 1024 into 768 and above, browser that too Chrome, and if you don't have it, they have given this link, download latest from this link. Web camera resolution should be 640 into 480, 15 frames per second. Microphone standard 3.5 mm jack or internal. Graphics, minimum of 64 MB of graphics memory, internal or external. Multimedia support should be sound card. This is really technical kind of things that you require on your laptop or your desktop if you're going to sit for the examination. For this particular examination, please make sure that your laptop or your desktop on which you are thinking of giving the examination, that all that satisfies all these conditions. Continuing further, the internet connection minimum per user should be upload 512 kbps, download 512 kbps. Recommended internet speed per user is upload and download both 1 mbps. Net framework should be 4.5.2, and if you don't have this, download from like the things which the institute is thinking that you may not be having, and I personally also don't know what is this net framework, so you can download from this link given. Antivirus, any make to be disabled, can be reinstalled post examination, so you have to do this. Enable webcam and mic under Chrome settings. Extensions, you have to enable your webcam also, your mic also under Chrome settings. Disable ad blocker or pop-up blocker under Chrome extensions. Disable. If you have any ad blockers or any pop-up blockers under Chrome extensions, please disable it. Download any desk. The link is given. This will be helpful for the help desk team to take remote access for any support needed to download the above. So this is something very important, that you can download any desk. This link is given. This is very helpful. This is from the help desk team only, to take the remote access for any support needed to download the above. If you need any support of any any purpose, you can just download this thing. Candidate to have administrative privileges on the laptop or desktop to enable installation or uninstallations. An uninterrupted power supply to run the system continuously during the test. You have to look after all these things. These all are the technical requirements that you need to cope up with to sit in the examination. What is the test process? Now, every candidate will be required to log in through secured ID and password on the online test taking platform on the day of the test. So you will be giving the test through login. For login, you would need a secured ID and password on the online test taking platform on the day of the test. The details of the time schedule, Website address, ID and password will be communicated to the candidates in due course separately. So every candidate will be given the time schedule, the website address, the ID, the password, everything will be communicated to the candidates in due course separately. So don't worry for that. Everything will be made available by the institute to you in due course for the test process. Then comes up the main part of the exam, remote proctoring. How the candidates will be remotely proctored. The candidates appearing in CSCET shall be remotely proctored from the control room of the institute as per details given below. You can say that you will be instructed, or you will be seen as what are you doing, how you are doing the exam. So you will be remotely proctored, and how the institute is doing that from their control rooms. Login credentials for candidates will be sent by email and SMS before the exam. Now, before the exam, you will be sent a mail and an SMS by the institute with your login credentials. At the beginning of each session, the candidate undergoes an identity verification at 2 levels. Now, before the examination, the candidate will have to go for an identity verification at 2 levels. What are those levels? Level 1 says capture of facial photo. During the examination, the AI tool constantly monitors the picture of the candidate taking the exam with the facial photo captured initially for any mismatch. So what is happening? First of all, the level 1 verification is your photo will be capture of facial photo. Now during the exam, there is an AI tool which will constantly monitor that the picture of the candidate taking the exam that is matching with the facial photo which is captured initially, which was captured in the beginning. In case of any mismatch, the system will capture the anomaly, and notification to candidate or live proctor is also instantly displayed. In case the person sitting for the exam, the photo or the face is not matched with the facial photo, the system will automatically send the notification to the candidate, or the live proctor is also instantly displayed. Level 2 is candidate will need to display admit card and valid ID proof, which can be a PAN, Aadhaar, any other valid government approved ID. Proctor will instruct the candidate to display the admit card or ID after the logging in to the exam. Once you're logged in, the proctor will instruct you to show your admit card and your ID to the for the exam. After logging in, you have to display that admit card or the ID. So you have to keep your admit card alongside and valid ID proof, which can be in a PAN, an Aadhaar, any other valid government approved ID, because it's online mode. So you need to be remotely proctored by the institute. For that, they will be sending you the login credentials. Then there will be 2-level verification for your identity. Now this is through online mode, through your laptop, through your desktop, and you're sitting at home, not at any test center. So what will happen if you violate any rule? So if candidate is violating any rules during the test or trying to adopt any unfair means, the system will automatically collect data based on the following parameters and will immediately alert the online live proctor. So definitely, if you're violating any of the rules, or if you're thinking of adopting any unfair means, don't think it's just not, you will be proctored live from the control room of the institute. So if you do such things, what the system will automatically collect the data, like focus change to a different window. Suppose candidate taps out of the test taking window. Like, these are the other violations for which you will be alerted. The online live proctor will be immediately alerted, and these all will term to adopt any unfair means, like focus change to a different window. That means candidate tabs out of the test taking window. You cannot do this. Browser not supported. Candidate is using an older browser version. It's already given. You have to take up the latest Chrome version. If you don't have that, the link is provided in the modus operandi. Webcam is disabled. So in any case, the candidate's webcam is disabled. Face is not visible in the camera. Candidate is not looking into the camera. several faces in front of the camera. There are other people along with the test taker whose photo was captured in before starting the exam and as per the admit card. Microphone muted or its volume is low. Candidate has muted the microphone, conversation or noise in the background. System has captured background noise. Screen activities are not shared. Candidate has stopped screen share activity. Second display is used. Additional display like extended monitor has been connected. Full screen mode is disabled. Candidate has disabled full screen mode. So these all are the alert signs. Basically, if you do any of these, if you do or if you do such things through your laptop, through your desktop, they will term to be unfair means. They are violating the rules during the test. These will term to be the unfair means taken up for during the test, and immediately the system will collect the data and it will alert the online live proctor. So you don't have to do all these things. This is like a not to do list. Right, the focus should not be changed, the browser should be used, the latest version should be used, webcam should not be disabled, face should be visible. It's not like too many people are coming in front of the camera. You don't have to do that. If you're giving the test alone, you have to sit alone. The noises should not be there of too many people, or you don't have to mute your microphone, or the volume should not be low. Screen activities should be kept on, sharing. Second display should not be used. Full screen mode should not be disabled. So you don't have to do all these things, otherwise you will land yourself in trouble. As I told you, this is a remotely proctored test. So there shall be live proctors. A session that is in progress shall be watched online. Proctor can chat with a test taker in an active chat session. Proctor can communicate with test taker via microphone or sound only, or the camera, which is video plus sound modes. Session saves photos of the test taker's face and periodic every minute snapshots of the test taker's webcam and screen. So proctor can chat with a test taker, whoever is taking up the test, in an active session. He can communicate through your microphone, which will communicate through sound only, or the camera, which is video plus sound. The session will keep on saving your photos every minute. Snapshots will be taken. Every session is finished either by the test taker or automatically after the end of the allotted time, or by the proctor. All audio, video, text messages, and recorded events are saved in the system and are attached to the session protocols. Sorry. So each session, either it will be finished by the test taker, right, or automatically when the time will end, or by the proctor. All audio, video, text messages, and recorded events, they are saved in the system and attached to the session protocol. At the end of the session, the proctor leaves a comment. It could be positive, it could be negative, depending on the conduct of the test taker during the test taking, how the test taker was behaving. So proctor will leave a comment. It can be positive, it can be negative. If there were no violations during the session, the proctor makes a positive conclusion and confirms the session. Now everything is in the hands of the proctor. You don't have to violate anything. In that case, if there will be no violations, the proctor will make a positive conclusion and will confirm the session. A help desk number will be provided to troubleshoot technical issues during the exam process, and candidate can reach out to this number in such cases. In case something goes wrong with the technical issues that are being provided by the institute only, so in that case a help desk number will be provided to you. You can reach out to that number in that cases. Moving further, it is said that the candidates shall be required to strictly follow the instructions given by the proctors during the course of the test, failing which they shall be disqualified. So it is very strictly said that you have to follow all the instructions which your proctor will be giving you during the course of the test, failing which they shall be disqualified. If you violate any of the rules, or if proctor sees you violating any of the rules or using any unfair means, then you will be disqualified from the test. The candidates will not be allowed to take a bio break during the test. If any candidate takes any break during the test, will be treated as resorting to unfair means. Now you know you're sitting in front of the laptop or desktop, you will not be allowed to take any break. So you cannot take any break during the exam, during the test. If you do so, that will also resort to unfair means. Now, there are some general issues, or I would say genuine issues, which we face with our internet connections, or which we face during doing something online. We face some issues that are very genuine. So the issues faced by students during the test, like no network connection, network disconnection due to Wi-Fi disabled, no internet connectivity, power cut, etc. Now these things are somehow not in our hands. Now in such a scenario, the candidate will be allowed to log in again, right, and continue from the last question attempt. You don't have to panic like network chala gaya, or there is some network disconnection due to Wi-Fi disabled, or there is no internet connectivity or power cut, right. So you will be allowed to log in again, and you will be allowed to continue from the last question attempted. Remote proctor shall keep tab on such instances and report all such instance to the institute immediately. That is why you're being given a proctor, that he will keep a tab on all these things. And if something happens, he will instantly report to the institute. In case if it is not feasible to resume the examination immediately, the candidate may be asked to appear again in the test on any other day or time with proper intimation and approval from the institute. Now, there can be there can be things like it is not feasible to resume the examination immediately. It's not happening, or if there is some really genuine problems, then what the institute will do, the candidate may be asked to appear again in the test. Don't think that okay, the opportunity is being lost. Nothing such will happen. The institute will take up your test, but some other day or time with proper intimation and approval from the institute. Candidates may attempt now. The main problem is that the students get panic because this is somehow a new type of test. So what are we going to do? Because we are using our own devices also, we have to look after the technical things also, we have to look after other things also. So candidates may attempt a mock test few days before the actual exam. The institute will be conducting mock test in which you will get a proper idea of how exam will be held. So that will be very, very helpful and beneficial, and the announcement regarding the same shall be made in due course. The mock test will be conducted for candidates to familiarize themselves with remote proctoring process. In coming days, definitely the announcement for that will also come up, and I will make sure to make the video on that also as soon as the announcement comes, and that will be very helpful for you. That will be very helpful to familiarize the students, the candidates, that how will be they giving up the test. That will be very helpful for all of you. So these all are the modus operandi if you are sitting for CSEET test for November 21st, 2020. Please go through all this. Listen to this again if you have any problems. And if you want me to make the video in Hindi, also I can do it, but please comment below if you want me to make it in Hindi language. Other than that, go through this video completely. This is very, very helpful and very, very important if you're going to sit on in the CSEET November exam. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope that you found the video informative and helpful. If you have any queries, leave the comment in the comment section below. And if you want me to make the same video in Hindi, please tell me in the comment section below. I will make it in Hindi as well. And before leaving, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for all the updates. Thank you.